All right. Hello, my friend. This is a test. Um, Wanted to check in for a little bit and share, what's been on my mind, how I've been kind of letting this life energy flow through me here in the land of Warwick and Wendell, Massachusetts, in April and now May of the year 2025, and of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Um, so, right, so I came here from Maple, and I've continued going on with the practice of sitting daily, and chanting. I've been living with my grandparents who have lived here and have been married for over 60 years. And it's been incredibly potent and special to just be with them and watch their way of being in this world and the delicate dance of intimacy and care that they share, which ranges from sharing spiritual readings together, read out loud in a poem of Mary Oliver every single morning as they sit and Janie brushes her hair and rest her foot as she's recovering from hip surgery. And they share, they take their vitamins and share fresh fruit and nuts. I see them tending to the gardens, planting seeds, keeping a really vibrant greenhouse. And I see Papa Don, my grandpa, helping Janie with putting on her compression sock for her legs, and exchanging shower times, and there's this really deep, slow attunement of love and care, and this wonder and appreciation for the world. Talking to their cat Fonzie with so much love and wonder, always calling him a handsome kitten. And being involved with their town. They're both involved with the town, with the Quaker Friends meeting group, holding a Course in Miracles, small spiritual friend group that I've joined, deeply nourishing. Helping out at the town meetings, sharing a story soon of their life, their spiritual life together to the whole town. The cooking dinner together, the stir fries. More than like 4 or 5 times I've heard Grandma Nanny say, "Oh, Dom, this is the best stir fry ever." And every time it's totally true and totally genuine. I love it. It's so precious. There's great appreciation between them, great humor, and their outlook and relationship towards life. So I've been deeply nourished by that process. Much more I could say there, but we'll keep moving. I've been giving 2 to 3 days a week to the Warwick Community School, which is wonderful. Ages pre-K to 6th grade, no more than 45 kids maybe in the whole school. An amazing town effort got the school reopened after the superintendent of our district closed it down because they really mismanaged the budget. So it's now open as a independent public school that is students project led and nature focused. They built an outdoor classroom. It's really wonderful. And I get to work with every age group there, play games at recess, and learn from these kids. Wonderful. So I'm learning so much from all of them. So I feel really rich having this range of relating from 4-year-olds to 84-year-olds, just between those 2 circles. And then that's fleshed out by my primary responsibility is coaching boys ultimate frisbee at my old high school, Northfield Mount Herman, which is just a delight. It's a joy. It also is a challenge, learning a lot about culture, group mind, interpersonal dynamics, and how to work with conflicting personalities. And in the meantime, I have done a mix of joining a Morris dance group. Hey, Luna, you want to say hi? Come. Join us. Up here. Yeah. This is my dearest love, Luna. She is the most perfect cat in the whole world. Isn't that right? Yeah. So yes, a Morris dance group. I returned to a work trade where I do gardening work for a friend of mine, and he teaches me tango in return. It's quite wonderful, learning how to sub-verbally articulate myself to other people, which is wonderful. Another way of looking at it is really this is a way of doing practice, like Zen practice, with another human being. So rather than being with the moment entirely by yourself, but being with the moment fully, you're being with someone else in the moment. And I find that to be even more scary, right? Something about that intensity of intimacy has been scary to me my entire life. Really, really horrifying. So I'm just now starting to slowly get more comfortable with it. And it's working. I'm feeling more grounded and comfortable in a lot of scenarios. I went to do my first contra dance at the New England Folk Festival like 2 weeks ago, and I danced with this lovely older lady, Susan, and I just had a blast. It was a ball, so that's cool. That's really cool. A book entered my life recently, several books. There's this one from Soryu Foral, the teacher of Maple. I've been hitting that. There's this one, Hospicing Modernity. This was set up, recommended by my friend Joe at the Sirius community in Shutesbury. And this is a book club that's a joint program between Sirius and the Building Solidarity Economies group at UMass Amherst. Really interesting read, really good. Similar to the practice of Maple in that it is aimed at developing emotional maturity, at getting us to really sit with, be with, and look at the reality of modernity, of this world we've created, which is constituted by violence and unsustainability. And the prompt of Hospicing Modernity is like, what lessons can we learn from the death of modernity, and how can we provide care in this process, and then perhaps usher in and midwife the birth of something new. So, very challenging book. Goes very deep into like our affective, emotional relationships with modernity, like how modernity composes us on the chemical and psychological level, the stories that are living through us and how we relate to them. Very good stuff. And the third book I'll mention here, as just sort of part of my current Riverstone University curriculum, is this book of Celtic fairy tales, which showed up from this Morris dance group, which has been surprisingly resonant with everything else, like with this and with Maple. It's the exact same idea, really, of like this dominant, ascendant modern culture, which claims to be objective and universal at the same time, and derides and devalues all other forms of knowledge and knowing and being in the world. And so I'm really excited by this book. It's written by Kaladin Nader, hopefully pronouncing that right. I want to study it, and I'm inspired by the idea in it of the Druidic colleges, where people came together and studied storytelling, the art of storytelling, oral storytelling, and poetry, and the making of art, and also, medicine and herbalism, and relating to the land and the spirits. And it seems to me that in all of this, there's something we deeply need, right? There's something deeply transformative, ancient, and healing about oral storytelling shared in a circle, the ceremony created therein, this communal act. I believe it's more entertaining and enlivening than anything on social media, even the best online courses. And essentially what these Druidic colleges were systems that could preserve and transmit wisdom orally. And what we need today is not more intelligence, more abstracted knowledge. What we need is more wisdom, which is embodied, living, and relational. So, here's an offer, invitation into the cosmos to you, my beloved friend. Let us come together and create this school, wherever we might be. Let us create many of them. I plan right now to be at Maple for the next 9 months until the next Frisbee season. But I plan to be here in Western Massachusetts for the foreseeable future. I very likely could give my life here because this is where I was born. This is where my friends are. This is where my family are. This is where I feel most connected. And I love it. I love it. And I want to be a responsible steward. And I want to cultivate a place that many can call home and be nourished and be safe and be fed. And one step of that is creating a school. My friend Jenny calls it a Jedi school, where we come together and train in these arts forms, where we develop ourselves as individuals existing in a wider world. And we learn about regenerative design, and we learn about storytelling, and we learn about how to relate to all the different ages and how they all relate together. At this point, I do feel as though I'm approaching the limit of how much I want to blabber on here. But this has been a good recap, and I may attempt to do this weekly now so I can sort of hone it and get a little bit more focus, because this is a bucket that is catching over a month of happenings and work. Luna, anything I missed? Yeah. Okay, two things. One is I've started a page I'll link here called I'm calling it a wisdom cooperative. The idea is to compile a list of resources, people, and projects generally located in this New England region that are aimed at community building, mutual aid, regenerative design and practice. I want to create a map of this area, like an attractor map, a resource bank, and highlight these projects and people who are doing good work. I want this to be an open resource to any and all, and it's open for sharing, it's open for participation. There's a number of projects there's already. There's a number of resources already, especially around community building, like micro-solidarity practices and some models like the Fractal Campus. This is something I want to continue zigzagging towards in the next year or two, especially. One of my biggest dreams is, helping, I guess, midwife a community-led, multi-generational education and care system in the Valley, with multiple living laboratories, land projects, and community centers all engaged in this project of basically wisdom and compassion and resource sharing. So that's one. And the other bit is I'm going to go on a pilgrimage. Yes. Maybe that word is a little too lofty. But at the least, I will go on a hike with a friend and friends met along the way on the Appalachian Trail, northbound. I don't know where yet. I don't have all the supplies yet. But the goal is 2 weeks between May 26th and June 13th. And yeah, we're gonna walk, hike, be in nature, and talk about whatever, life. I will carry a Frisbee, no doubt. And on that Frisbee, I want to carry the Wisdom Cooperative and a way to record the stories of those who I meet, and make this a little art project in service to the benefit of all beings. But at the base of it, mostly, this is about walking and being with the world, with friends, being in the mystery of it all, and taking this time to just feel the world with our bodies. So if you're free in that time and itching to walk yourself, please let me know. Could be fun to walk together. All right, 16 minutes. It's good enough for me, Luna. Last words? I think we're all set. All right, much love, my friends. Remember, the trees are watching, and they are with us. Well, ancestors, good spirits, brothers and sisters of the light, come here with us. Show us the way forward, and may all beings be happy. Much love, my friend.